Crafty friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be starting my 2019 holiday card series. And for today's card, I am using this super cute image by Kinda Cute by Patricia. It is a digital image of these two super adorable snowmen. I like to think of it as a mom and a baby, or maybe a husband and a wife, that are looking out into the sky, looking at that shower of stars. Now, I was trying to think of different ways or how I would color these, and I decided to go ahead and create a little bit of a scene using my alcohol markers. Now, I'm not an expert at this, but I am getting a little bit better, and I'm trying to, just kind of play with my markers and see what works. So here you can see I started by using a little bit of that yellow marker to leave a little bit of the, I guess, the glow of the stars, but I wasn't too happy how that turned out, and you'll see that I end up actually covering all of that. So here I'm using a couple of different blues because I want my sky to be blue. I don't want it to be too dark, but I am using a little bit of darker colors. I do want there to be a little bit of a halo, so I started by doing this, I don't know, circle around it, and I decided that I was going to leave a little section for the moon. So here you can see me draw it a little bit. And then I'm just going to go and cover the whole panel. Just try to be careful as I get to where my image is because I don't want it to get messed up. And I do apologize here because my image does go a little bit out of focus sometimes, but I promise you I'm trying to work as best as I can so that way you can keep it focused. I do not color this fast, as you all know, but I did have to speed up the video so that way it wasn't going to be too long for you. So what I'm doing here, you can see just kind of be a little bit slower when I'm getting closer to those little areas, and then just use my chisel nib on these markers so that way I can cover a larger area. So like I said, I am just using a little bit of a lighter color, and then I used a little bit of a darker blue, so I could see if I'm going to be happy or where I'm going to be happy with it. Here you see me bring a couple of images that I had already colored, and I did that because that way my camera could have something to focus on that is not moving, so hopefully it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see. So now here I did decide to color that moon. It looked pretty yellow, and I was going to go around the stars as you can see here, but in the end I decided that it wasn't even going to make sense, so I went ahead and colored right over them. So here I am going with an even darker color. So this is a TB3, and I'm just going around again how I did at the beginning. Just kind of try to leave a little bit of a glow or a center area, and I'm just making like a little circle. So just trying to play with it. If you guys do want to make scenes and stuff like that, don't be intimidated by them. Just do whatever you think looks right and just play with it. Sometimes you might end up coming with something cool, and sometimes it might not work, but that's okay because that's what it's all about. Practice, practice, practice. Now I'm super excited. I'll mention here now that we have the coloring challenge by Kathy Rakusin. So if you guys follow her on Instagram or Facebook, you guys can participate in that coloring challenge. It's super fun, and it's a community where everybody's encourages everybody to color a little bit each day. The purpose of that is for you to take a little bit of time each and every day to just decompress, sit down, relax, and color for a little bit. Don't make it don't get too stressed about it. If you can't do it every day, it's okay, it's totally fine. Just do as much as you can, and just have fun with it, play with it, and have as much fun as you want. So I am super excited. It is starting on November 1st. So if you do decide to participate, you can go ahead and tag it on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and they'll have posts on how to do that as well. But even if you don't share it on social media, just go ahead and kind of give yourself the little bit of a challenge to do it. Take a little bit of time for yourself to sit down and color. Now, many of you may know the reason why I love coloring is because it's so much fun to see images just, come to life with the color, but also because it is such a relaxing thing to do. You sit down, you put some music, put on a show, and, just sit down, color, and it's just the most amazing feeling. At least that's how I feel. But yeah, anyway, so what I'm doing here, I'm just going to be coloring their little hats. And so this one, I decided to go with reds. And I'm using two different ones. So it's this DR5 and DR7. So always, if you want to do a little bit of shading, pick a darker color and a lighter color. Usually if you skip two numbers, a number or two, you should be okay. but sometimes they are a little bit, too far from each other, like in this case. So that's why I like to use a tip to tip technique, because that way I'm using my lighter color, just picking a little bit from that darker color with the tip, and it just makes it look a little bit better. So here you can see I decided to make the other ones had green, and we're just going to be coloring. And as you can see, it starts going out a little bit out of focus, but I still hope that you guys enjoy the coloring process and that you enjoy this holiday card series that I'll be making. I will try to make a post every Tuesday, but I can't promise you that it will be exactly on Tuesdays, but at least once a week I will be posting a holiday card using various or different stamps that I already own. I did show you the unboxing of my Simon Says Stamp card kit of the month for November, and I will be using that one as well. Actually, I might do the 10 cards one video, I'm not sure, but I will be definitely making some holiday cards with the stamp set from that kit, because it's just so super cute and perfect for it. So do expect to see some of those, but for the most part I'll be using what I have on my stash, and whatever images that I have, and to just don't be discouraged. Look around your stash and work with what you have. So like I said, this image is from Kinda Cute by Patricia. You guys might remember that I did a guest designer for her a couple months back, or last month. And yeah, it was super exciting. I was so super honored that she asked me to do that, and I love her images. So this one, I've actually had it since last year, and I had not used it, so this was a perfect time. So I decided that this was going to be my first image that I was going to be using for my mini series that I'll be making. So I do call it a mini series because I don't know that I'll make hundreds of cards, but I will make as many as I can. I promise, right till I get before the holidays, just depending on what we have going on. So if you guys have a specific technique that or that you'd like me to try, I'm definitely up for it. So I'll try to work different things, different mediums, so that way you guys can see different ways to use your supplies. Here I am using my alcohol markers. These are Spectrum Noir, and you could use whatever alcohol markers you have. Just if you want to do some blending, make sure that you get a couple of shades that are a little bit different, so that way you can do the shading. But again, you don't need to do shading, just use whatever you have and do what you can. So here I'm just trying to finish, coloring their little noses and everything, and then just color the little branches with some brown colors. And I did use the second one. Now these are super itty bitty sections, or areas to color with the marker. Even though it's a little tip, sometimes it still kind of goes off a little bit into the side, so just kind of be very careful when you're doing this. Now to bring back my little stars, I decided to use my gold pen, and then also my Stardust pen to add a little bit of sparkle to them, so that way you can see them come up here again. Now, just going back with my yellow and just trying to fix a little bit or add a little bit of texture to the moon, because in my opinion it was looking too yellow, but at the same time I wasn't too worried because I was going to add snow. Now to add snow, I am using this Copic opaque white. It's kind of like a paint, a little bit thick like a wash, but I'm going to be using these. So you do need to add a little bit of water to dilute it, and I'm just using my brush to sprinkle it here and there, so to create a little bit of snow effect. So you could use an old brush for these. If not, make sure that you wash it right away if you use the Copic opaque, because it will kind of stick to it and make it hard and ruin it. But here you can see it looks a lot better now. I used this stamp that says Warmest Wishes to put on the bottom, and then I am trying to decide if I want to mount it on a blue or a white card base, and I decided to do a little bit of mounting or add a little bit of a color. So I have this piece of paper that's green. It does have a little bit of a pattern, but it was okay because it looks like leaves, and I thought it just would match perfect. I'm using my trimmer just to trim a little bit around it, so that way you can only see just a little bit of that green. And I thought it popped really nicely on the white. So that this is basically a one layer, or it is not a super layered card, and I like the simplicity of it just like that. It's clean, simple, and I think it's super cute. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, if you are new to my channel, I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you decide to stick around. Don't forget to hit that like button and that notification bell so you can be notified when I have more videos. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.